say something to me, and it really hurts my feelings, Don Miguel Ruiz, you're hurting my feelings. He says, well, it's really not the words I'm saying. It's the fact that I'm touching your wounds. I'm touching your wounds. They're your wounds. Oh my goodness, there's just so much work to be done with this one. Don't take it personal. So, okay, I kind of have to hold this other part though. If I say something that's really mean-spirited, that hurts your feelings, then that piece is on me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm really sorry, that's not what I meant. Because we, as the ones who sometimes say something, maybe not being impeccable with our word, we may say something, in our mind we might not be meaning anything ill or mean-spirited about it, but the person may receive it that way. Okay, it may touch their wounds, but here's what we don't want to do. Well, that's your wounds, not my problem. That adds to the problem, right? I can do that face-to-face with you because you know that's not true. So, if somebody says to me, "Wow, Sean, something that you said to me that really hurt my feelings," right? Then I can have it in my mind. This is probably one of this person's wounds, but I can also say, "I'm really sorry. It's not what I intended." So this is not about permission to be unkind. Knowing that it might be touching their wound, it's not permission to be unkind. It's not permission to just go in there and say, "Well, that's your wound, not mine." It's not permission to pour salt in something that's already hurting, all right? It's just something to know that we might be touching a wound in that other person. For me, it's compassion. Open our hearts to compassion. Miguel goes on to say that this thing about being impeccable, this thing about domestication, and all this stuff that's been put in, it's like we've got 1,000 little voices in our head and 1,000 different agreements all going on in our head, creating illusion, creating fog. He calls it mitote. That we have so much mitote going on inside of us, that we get so confused and conflicted and we don't know how to respond. It's like we've made up a movie in which we're the creator, we're the producer, we're the director, we're the players of the movie. It's all of our own creation. It's the movie that we are creating. Because, though, of so many weird agreements going on in our head, that we're creating our own movies that don't always serve us. He also says that even the things that we say about ourselves, we don't have to take that personal either. Our own opinions about ourselves, don't take it personal. That's interesting. I have this opinion about myself. Maybe I should not take that personal. Check that one out for a while. Dr. Michael Beckwith says, you don't have to believe everything you think. It's the same idea. You don't have to believe everything you think. You might have the thought, you might have the opinion, you might have the self-judgment, but it doesn't mean you have to take it personal. Next time you judge yourself, stop and ask. Wait a minute, I just judged myself as, fill in your own blank. Do I need to take that personal? No. Oh, okay, maybe I can lighten up a little bit. I don't have to believe everything I'm thinking, and I don't have to take it personal. He also says that only by taking inventory of all those agreements in our head are we going to make any difference. Okay, that sounds like a lot of big work. But to take inventory of those agreements, of those domestications, is very similar to what we practice here, called finding the hidden beliefs. Ernest Holmes uses those words, the hidden beliefs. And in classes, as you sit in class, you understand, oh yeah, we spend a lot of time fleshing out those hidden beliefs, fleshing out the agreements that we have going on inside of us. So, some common ones, you'll never amount to anything. No, you're not a good singer, keep your mouth closed. How come you can't be like your sister, brother, whatever that might be? You're always going to have a weight problem. Those things. Money doesn't grow on trees, turn off the lights. You can kind of go from there, right? Those are the agreements that have been put into our heads. We don't have to agree with anymore. But taking inventory means we need to sometimes stop and say, do I have that? Do I have that going on inside there? Do I have that hidden belief that's creating more conflict, more mythology, more confusion, more fog in my head? And so therefore I'm not very clear. You start applying that to your relationships and you can see how muddy it gets really fast. Because everybody's got their own agreements going on in their head, and mine are bumping up against yours, and so take the inventory to clean that out is really, really worth it. Or as we would say, as we bring up the hidden beliefs so that we can clear them out and heal them, and then we put in the new belief. Now, here's how this whole thing to me parallels our teaching. The only way that we are going to really get past all these old agreements and all these hidden beliefs, not just by taking inventory, but remembering who we are. And we say over and over again, we use the words like, I remember who I am. Who am I? You talked about loving ourselves. The greatest love of all is learning to love yourself. Not on a human level necessarily. Loving ourselves on the spiritual level. If the one source created every single one of us, we deserve our own love. Learning to love ourselves, I hear it that way. There's a lot about ourselves humanly that we might not love. Yeah? We may look in the mirror and go, I don't love that.
Yeah.
We might know something about ourselves that we don't want anybody to see. Don't tell them that. I don't love that about myself. You know, we can all have very human things that we don't love about ourselves. But at the spiritual level, if you're all beautiful expressions of the one, that's lovable. That's who you are. So when we say words like, I'm remembering who I am, I don't mean Sean, I mean the Spirit. I mean the capital S self. That's what I'm remembering, who I am. And if I start with that, before I do all these agreements, anchor in the who I am and now be impeccable with my word. Anchor in the who I am and now don't take things personal. That's where it is. So I have a couple of readings to share with you. So Ernest Holmes says, nothing is real to us unless we make it real. Nothing can touch us unless we let it touch us. His words, refuse to have the feelings hurt. Easier said than done. Refuse to have the feelings hurt. Refuse to receive anyone's condemnation. In the independence of your own mentality, believe and feel that you are wonderful. This is not conceit. It is the truth. What could be more wonderful than the manifestation of the infinite mind? You know, I know that some of us struggle with this idea that I am one with God, and the infinite mind is through me, and so therefore all that I am must be of God. What can be more wonderful than the manifestation of the infinite mind, of the source? What could be more wonderful than each of you sitting in these seats, and each human being on this planet for that matter, and every fish swimming in the sea, and every puppy licking our faces, and on and on and on. What could be more wonderful? It's not conceit, it's the truth. So if we're in that place, our feelings don't get hurt so much. We don't receive other people's condemnations because we remember who we are. Our society generally models the opposite of this. Our society models an ego and personality-driven way of life. Our society teaches or models it's about your identity, it's about your worthiness, it's about competition, it's about comparison. I'm better than you, or I'm less than you. All those competitive models that we see, who's better at something, you know, I see it with my dance kids all the time. They want to be the best. And I tell them, be the best you. Not the best compared to this one. Be the best you. Are you improving as a dancer every year? That's all that matters. Because it's so easy, especially for kids. Well, I don't think you, because you're whatever, fill in that blank. We see it worldwide. Our society models that way of living. The not enoughness, I gotta get mine, the judgments, us versus them thinking. Not here though. Here we say to you, no, it's just the opposite of that. Here we want to model the spiritual living, the what can be greater than a manifestation of the infinite mind that I just read. That each one of us is an expression of that one God source. Not any kind of conceit comes with that, because once we get that, the things that we do in the world are not from competition or comparison or weird ego-driven stuff. it actually is the most powerful